this.
And I'm Tana Quigley. And we just watched a video called Unlock the Intelligence, Passion, and Greatness of Girls by Leymah Gbowee.
So, Leymah Gbowee is from Liberia, and she talked about the girls in Liberia specifically and what they're going through. What stuck out to me a lot was the women she talked about who were sexually abused, because I had studied that a lot. My country that I was adopted into is Liberia, and it's one thing to read about the statistics of girls who are abused and who are sold into sex slavery and who are forced to do that in order to gain education. It's another thing to hear actual case studies and about these women who just want education so badly, but instead think that they're getting one thing and are actually forced into this day-to-day awful situation. It was really, it affected me really deeply.
One thing that I noticed is even if they did get into school, like the example that she gave with, I think it was the principal forced her basically to have sex in order to be attending that school. And it's just such a relevant issue, and it's becoming huge, and it's scary.
Yeah. Along with that, how that girl, she just, her parents both died, and all she wanted to do was just have an education so that she could support her younger siblings. And so her dream finally came true, and the principal, or whoever it was, decided that the way of repaying him for letting her into the school with the scholarship was to have sex with her for every day for the next, 6 months, right? Or something like that. So that's just like pretty sad to me.
I thought it was sad, just all the cases of all the young girls who they couldn't get out of that situation. They were too poor, and like some of them didn't have parents, and the family that they did have were the ones that were abusing them, and they had no way of getting out of their situation. And she wanted to take them, like she did, but she was too poor herself to be able to take these kids and to help them and put them in a better situation. So I thought that was really sad that she wanted to give them an education and she wanted to help them, but she just wasn't able to herself. So I think that's really cool that she's now going back and trying to help everybody that she possibly can, every girl that she can.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting how there was at least 4 girls that all said that they wanted to go live with her and just take me out of this bad situation, but because she was dirt poor, living with her parents and a single mother of 4, she just didn't have the ability to take one, let alone all of them. So,
and they were so brainwashed too, like they said, I wish to be well and I wish to go to school. And that's really all they wanted. And we just don't realize in America like how blessed we are to go to school and how much of a blessing it is. And people in these other countries, it is so important to them and they can't even go.
Yeah, like even the opportunities that we have here, like there's plenty of people in America who are born into bad situations, but because they live in America, it's easier to get themselves out. There's people that are close that could help.
Yeah, homeless shelters. And,
yeah.
There are things in place, government-funded programs to help them get out. And,
like no child.
Yeah, exactly. It really makes you think about how lucky we are, even in the worst situations here. They really don't have a way to get out. It's sad. It's hard to think about.
Yeah, like even the worst situations here are better off than the worst situations there.
Or
the best
situations.
Yeah.
That's really crazy to think of.
Yeah.
I love how she said it doesn't take much to get them charged up. Like these people are so eager and so ready to learn, and it just doesn't take much. And I thought that was a cool thing.
Yeah, I liked how she said, like, you put these girls in a room and you can unlock passion and intelligence and just all of these things that you don't normally see because of their situations. And so you just have to put them together and let them think for themselves and let them understand that they are important and that they can get an education.
I really thought it was interesting how teen pregnancy rates in that country were 3 out of 10 girls. And that's just really sad because that's just almost a way of life for them. It's like it's a tragedy here and everything, but there it's like, obviously it's a tragedy, but it's more common and it's more acceptable. And there was girls young as 12 who were prostituted for less than $1 a night, and that's just like
I was gonna
unheard
say,
of.
like along with like the teen pregnancy thing, like here it's crazy, but it's not something that's so much forced like as a rape here. Most of the time it's like willing, and there I wonder how many like are pregnant because of rapes and things like that.
Well, and she talked about how teen prostitution was at its peak, and she just explained how sad and disheartening that was. And she says, where do these girls find this hope? And the hope comes from school and from an education, and that is their wish. Their wish is to become educated.
I wonder how many of her 4 children were because of rape. It's sad, but at least they're getting educated now and they're starting everything. So.
I really like how she pointed out that when you create a movement, when people get together, when these girls get together, they can make a difference, and that they can, like the story she told about the guy in Parliament,
Yeah.
who obviously wasn't a great guy, like didn't really see
Just
them
didn't
as having.
understand.
Yeah, he just didn't. I don't know. He should have been able to help them, but he didn't care really. And they were able to, well, they told him that they'd vote him out of office, and he was no longer in office. So I thought that was really cool how it just showed that when you get these intelligent girls together, they could do something.
Power to the girls.
Yeah.
Okay.